Well, hello friends. Today we have come up again with cognizant specific verbal ability. So for verbal aptitude, you need to do a lot of preparations and we have come up with a series of verbal aptitude related questions. Now today we are into episode number 8. If you have watched episode number 1 to 7, you might have understood that we discuss not only about questions, answers, tips and tricks. We also have told in the past that you have to be expert with tenses, you have to be expert with subject verb agreement, and also you have to be expert with parts of speech. So to go ahead today to the next part of our learnings, we have come up with part 8, in which we will be discussing more examples related to cognizant specific aptitude test. Okay, the question is in front of you. I request you to pause the video, try to guess the answer and then continue the video to know the right answer, which will be explained here. Okay. Well, it is clearly given here that the question is related to conjunction. We have to find out the right conjunction. If you read it, you will understand swimming has been his passion forever. Swimming has been his passion forever. If you compare forever with passion, and if you compare passion forever with swimming, it's a positive statement. Okay? And after the comma, fill in the blank, he plays football better. Now suppose swimming is passion. Which one will he play better? It has to be swimming, but here it is mentioned football is better. So what will come in the blank? We have to find a word which will show the contradiction. In the first half, swimming is better. In the second half, football is better. So we have to come up with one word that shows contradiction. Okay, instead is a contradiction word, but here it is not the right fit. Okay, and is not a contradicting word. Okay, it is supplementing. In spite of cannot be used here. Now it shows contradiction but cannot be used here because often we put reasons along with cause and action. Okay, for in spite of. The right answer is down. Instead of down, the other answers can be but. Okay, but can also be the right answer. But down, but they can be the right answer. Or despite. Despite can also be the right answer if it is given in the options. Despite. Okay, let us move on to the next question. Here, I request you people to pause the video. Okay, try to solve the question and then continue for the answer. Fine. My best friend John is named dash great grandfather. If you look at all the options, they are prepositions. Look at this preposition. So it's related to parts of speech. Okay. So which is the right preposition? It is after. John is named after grandfather, great grandfather. John is named after great grandfather. Since, before, until doesn't fit into the suit, doesn't make sense if you use the other prepositions. Let us move on to the next. Well, as I usually tell, I'll repeat, pause the video, try to find out the answer and then you may continue. For the answer, let us look at what is given in the question. It says, word is given in the bold text. Okay, what is it? F-O-R, for. Identify the parts of speech. So which is the part of speech it is? For. For we know it is part of fanboys and therefore What is it? It is a preposition or conjunction. Tell me. You know, it is not adverb or noun. What is it? Is it preposition or conjunction? Or it is preposition, it is not conjunction. Now, fanboys is part of conjunction, still it is not here used as conjunction, it is here used as preposition. It is for my children. So it is directed towards children. Hence, it is a preposition. Next, the question is change the voice of sentence by choosing the correct option given below. Now, look at this. We have to change the voice, right? So, identify which voice it is and then which voice we wanted. And then what would be the right answer. Here, you also have to look at the tenses. When we change the voice, we look at the tenses also. Look at this. Ought. Saved. Ed is there. Saved. Okay. Have saved. So what would be the tense? And then try to guess the correct answer. Look at this. If you look at A, it is will have. Will have. Does the tense match? Is to be. Does the tense match? Okay, the tenses are mismatching in the case of A and D. So the answer should be between B and C. If you come to B and C, what happens? Have been, had been. That is the only difference. So which one is correct? We have been learning this topic since our childhood. This is changing voice. Therefore, the correct answer is option B. The correct answer is option B and not C. Earlier, we established that A and D are not correct. And now, it's clear that the answer is option B. Let us move on to the next question. This question is related to para-jumble. Statement number first one, that is S1, and the last one is S6. This is fixed. S1 and S6 is fixed. We have to jumble between P, Q, R and S and get the correct sequence, the proper sequence. I request you people to pause the video, find the answer and then come back for the solution. Okay, I hope now you people are able to hear me. Now look at the answer. No mill owner could own factories or mills. So it is about factories, mills, plants. Look at the next sentence. A mass circulation of papers. Now this is about paper. This is about newspaper. Look at the options. All the options are starting with R. All the options are starting with R. So I am putting R on exception mode. It's the first sentence. So we have to look for the options between P, Q and S. What is the sequence? What is the sequence between P, Q and S? Now look at this. This is also about papers. Okay, newspapers, Q. And if you go to S, it is again about paper, newspaper, printing press. It is about newspaper. So Q and S should go together because both are about printing press and P is about factories, mills. P is about factories, mills. Q and S is about newspapers. So Q, S should go together. Q and S. Which will come before, which will come after? Look at Q. It is starting with a conjunction. Look at Q. It is starting with conjunction. So definitely Q will come after S. Q will come after S. The only place where Q immediately follows S. The only option where Q immediately follows S is option D, and therefore that is the correct answer. I would request you people to go for the Next question. Pause the video. Try to get the answer. And then we will discuss it further. Okay. Well, let us now go back to the answers. If you look here, what are the different options available? You'll find that telephone is an useful instrument. Telephone is an useful instrument. My first question, do you find an error here? If there is no error, we should find the same sentence down there, but it is not there. So definitely there is an error. Which error will you find? Look at this. And this is the error. Even now the word useful starts with a vowel U. See, listen, once again I am repeating. Useful starts with the vowel U. Here the sound of useful starts with the sound of Y. The sound of U is not there. It is sound of Y. When we say useful, it is starting, the sound starting is with Y. Sound of Y. Therefore, it is not an useful. It is a useful. It is a useful. Now look at this. Look at this. The article is missing. Here the article is missing. Therefore, option B is not the right option. Right? And then unuseful has to come. Unuseful has to come. Now let us come to A. A is also wrong. Why? Look at this. Telephones are. It is in plural form. Therefore, here it should be instruments. Plural should come here. Okay. Telephones are useful instruments. A will not come. A will not come because A denotes singular. A denotes singular. A will not come. Telephones are useful instruments. Okay. Then it would have been right. Otherwise, because it is missing, the plural form is missing, therefore it is wrong. Now let us go to the next one. Option B is also wrong. Why? We are talking about usefulness. We are talking about usefulness of the telephone. Why the telephone? Because telephone should be identified. It should be well known. It should be definite before we talk about usefulness. Whenever we say something is useful, when we say something is useful, that thing should be definite. You should have identified it, and that is definite article. The is necessary. Hence, the right answer is option C. The. Why the? Because that should show that it is definite. We know about the telephone. Telephone is well known. And unuseful. Why a? Because the sound of U starts with the sound of Y instead of U. Therefore, it is unuseful, not unuseful. Let us go to the next question. I request you people as usual to pause the video, find the answer, and let's later on move on. Well, let us now move on to the answer. Look at this. Sam dashed the movie tickets prior to avoid hassle. Here the verb is to be found out. Again, the question is from parts of speech. Booker is the wrong word. So immediately we have deleted it. Okay. The word prior is used. Prior is used. Therefore, it talks about something that has happened earlier. Therefore, booking, it is not continuous tense. It is not continuous tense because something has happened before. So it is not continuous. Now, Sam is a singular. Sam is singular. Therefore, book will not come. The word will come in the singular form, that is books. Books is singular form of verb. Book is plural form of verb. Okay. Therefore, the answer is option A. The answer is option A and not option D. Let us move on to the next. Well, with this, we have come to the end of today's session, right? And once again, I am requesting you people, please stay touch, stay tuned, happy placement season, and most important, keep practicing. We are available for any assistance in case you need it. Bye bye.